EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partially sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at Senior Transition Navigator and Luxury Homes of the Treasure Coast. Libby and her team work with seniors and their families, providing a number of services, including downsizing, packing, moving, relocation, estate sales, and more. For a free consultation, reach out to Libby at 772-783-2800. Or visit seniortransitionnavigator.com and luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. So now, if you are someone who wants to stretch your dollars, protect your income, and navigate healthcare options without breaking the bank, then you're going to want to pay close attention to this episode. Joining me in the studio today is Greg Saville, and he is a financial planner. He is a financial advisor, an insurance agent, and he helps his clients to keep more of their money. And who doesn't want that? We have a lot to cover today. He's got a lot to share. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes. So it's Legacy Senior Solutions, and it is yourownmoney.com.
More of your money.
More of your money.com.
More of your money.
That was a test, and boy, are you sharp. Sorry, I am not so sharp today. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I am just very happy to have you here because I've known you for years.
Yes.
I love how you operate. And you know what? People are going to just love listening to your voice because you have such a calming voice. Can I just say that very quickly?
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. And before we start talking about all that you have to offer, I would love for you to share with people a little bit about who you are and why you got into this industry.
Yeah, that's an excellent segue. I got into this industry I was in the medical device field, and I knew a lot about reimbursement and Medicare and a lot of things like that people apparently did. A lot of complicated things. And, going from where you are, doctors are calling up and say, hey, here's how the patient presents. What do I need? Mm-hmm. You had to know what you were doing. You had to be thorough. You had to be accurate, or somebody may not have the outcome that you wanted.
Sure.
So there was that aspect. And I really got into it. It was a result of a friend making a referral, and one thing led to another. And I really enjoyed helping each individual person, but I also liked helping businesses as well.
Yeah.
And one of the things that for me was I got one of those life lessons. I had my father was losing his battle with cancer.
Oh, sorry.
And he was my mother's primary caregiver, and she had Alzheimer's.
Oh.
So I left Florida, went up to Pennsylvania, took care of my father for the last 30 days of his life, and was taking care of both of them.
Wow.
But then really had to transition. Mom needed extended care. She actually ended up needing care for about 10 years. So I've actually had to implement some of the solutions that I recommend
that you're
for people.
Talking
yeah,
about.
I've eaten my own cooking.
Okay, good.
So, I haven't just, I don't just teach it. I've lived it.
Yeah, and that's the why. This is why I have this show, is because of people like yourself that have an amazing why behind what they do. Not just, oh, somebody told me this might be a good career. Right. This is way more than that for you. This is personal.
It is a mission.
Yeah.
It is a mission to help as many people out there as possible.
Yeah.
To mitigate that stuff. So.
Yeah, and I love it because the website, I remember when you told me the URL, moreofyourmoney.com. So I'd like for you to dig into the philosophy behind it and explain a little bit about what that means for your clients.
Okay. And well, when we're trying to put money aside and save for ourselves, a lot of people live in paycheck to paycheck. I get it. It's difficult. Yeah. So one of the things that I try to find are unique solutions that I can bring that other people, you just can't get them anywhere else. And this one we're going to talk about today primarily is ChampPlan Health. And ChampPlan Health has been around for about 8.5, coming up on 9 years now. And it's been used by large national companies, but now we're rolling it out to the small, medium-sized companies, businesses, municipalities, school districts, sheriff's organizations, anybody that has W-2 employees, it is a way for the employer to save tax dollars. And as a result, it actually puts money into the employee's paycheck. Okay. On top of that, the employees get $0, zero copay, primary care visits, unlimited.
Oh, see, I love that because some people have $75 copays for certain things.
And it's tough. And sometimes, what do? You put it off. Well, if we don't have to put it off, we nip it in the bud, as they like to say.
Sure.
So we don't have a little problem becoming a big problem. Staying healthy. So this thing, it's what they call MEC plan, minimum essential coverages, does everything under the Affordable Care Plan. So there's testing, there's a scanner that we have with your face. And maybe you've seen some of the commercials. I know Amazon is doing it, right? It's 30,000 feet and you've got a UTI. And, so you get online with a physician. They call in the prescription. You didn't pay anything for the visit. You didn't pay for the prescription.
And you didn't have to drive to the doctor,
Correct.
so you're not losing work time.
Correct.
It's better for the employees and for the business owners all the way around. And when people don't have to worry about paying so much for health care, you're right. They're going to nip their health situation in the bud quicker.
The other side is it's also gets extended to the family. Now, they don't have the in-person doctor visits, but they have unlimited virtual at $0 for the entire family.
Wow.
Because I could be okay, but if the kids are sick or the wife, if somebody's sick, we're not at our best. We're not sharp. We even cover pets.
Oh, very good.
Virtual pet care. So that's something that a lot of people are going out and looking at. It's $20, $30 a month.
Yeah.
It's included. So we're keeping the entire family healthy, and we can put a little bit more money in their paychecks. And now we can maybe have a conversation about maybe participating in that company's plan if they have one. And if they don't, we can set that up. There's a lot of different ways that we could do that.
Yeah.
Even with a little bit of money, you'd be surprised. There's baby steps that it all adds up.
Well, I love that a lot. And that's the other thing is I was going to say, because we were talking about ChampPlan. So that actually covers questions 2 and 3. But was there anything else about moreofyourmoney.com that you wanted to talk about?
Well, no, not right now. I think, what we'll do is we'll save it for another episode because it's, I'll come back. And because I really want to focus on the Champion Health Plan because this is something that you can do. It will move the needle no matter what your business is. And there are some other things I can do that we could talk about, but that's part of a discovery. And it may not be for everything for everybody, but as long as you have at least 5 full-time W-2 employees, we can help you save money.
Oh, that is wonderful. And what I also like is that you're helping the business owners. It's affordable for them. It helps them.
There's zero cost.
I was going to say, and it's also great for the employees. And then what you're doing is you are creating retention.
Yes.
That's a huge problem for a lot of employers because they're leaving.
Right.
Sometimes because of benefits or the lack thereof.
People leave jobs that they like for 2 reasons. Or 1 or 2, sometimes it's both. It's either pay or benefits. Okay. This plan does both. And so if you are an HVAC company and you've got your 10, 20 guys, you've got people out there running around, you've got a good, viable business. Well, there's only so many people that are going to be in this geography that you could pull from. Yeah. And we all know the 80-20 principle, right?
Yes, we do.
So we want to hire and retain the best talent possible. So if you implement the Champ Plan, chances are you're going to put more money in that person's paycheck. So the same 15, 20, whatever you happen to be paying that person per hour, it's going to yield more in their paycheck than the guy down the street for the same base pay. Yeah,
I love that. And sometimes, because I was in recruiting and staffing, and sometimes people would leave a job literally for like 50 cents an hour more or $1 an hour more. Well, and that was so frustrating for people because all of that knowledge and all the training walks out the door.
Goes with them.
Very good. So this is fantastic. So for the first half, before we go to commercial, I would love for you to share your web address and your phone number, whatever contact information for the radio and podcast people.
Sure. So moreofyourmoney.com. There is a link there to the ChampPlan website and everything there. You can get some additional information. There's a form you can fill out to contact me. But if you want to contact me directly, my phone number is 772-708-7598.
Very good. And with that, we are going to take a quick break. We have a lot more to discuss, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock tariff-free coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of American-made Telescope, Berlin Gardens, and Pollywood, all with no tariff ever. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Come in now for our summer sale and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Are you a therapist or a nurse seeking the multi-state compact license? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker. And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com
and LucyCranker.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. I'm with Greg Saville, and his company is Legacy Senior Services, yourownmoney.com. I love that URL. So now what I want to do is I want to talk about when people think about or they hear the term financial advisor, right? They assume that it is only for investments. So you have a checklist here. You're protecting income, you're reducing taxes, but I like that life will throw curveballs. And we don't know when it's going to happen, but you also protect people from that. Correct. So if you could just explain more of the services that you offer.
Sure. The term, financial advisor, you have to have certain licenses and everything else like that to actually have that title. I don't particularly care for it because it's just more of like a financial coach.
Right.
Really is what it comes right down to. And this is, you don't have to have a whole lot of money in order to get some input from somebody who can help put you in a better spot.
Yeah.
Okay. So just think about that. If we could just keep a little bit more of what we already have, that's the best place to start, which is why I went with the ChampPlan in the first place to do that. So, because sometimes, well, now we know we're going to get a little extra. Now, what can we do with it?
Yeah, you're helping people with the health care.
Right.
And so it's the physical health, and now it's the financial health.
Correct. And that also relates to mentally, because if you have a little bit more breathing room, don't you go,
take that deep breath.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And sometimes just those little joys. I remember what it was like growing up with a small family. A pizza on a Friday night was like a big to-do. You know what I'm saying? And being able to afford to do that. So we can't forget those things as well. And it really is sitting back and taking a look at, okay, where are you? What are you doing? Where can we find some money? Because you'd be surprised. People, there's ways to find some additional money to put into something that's safe, that's going to grow, that can also provide some protection, God forbid, because when your income's going good and you're living above, below your means, but then all of a sudden
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Well, that's the goal.
Live below your means. That's the first step.
You want to got it because you got to have some of that,
Yeah.
And a lot of people think they don't have that.
Yeah.
And by the time we get done with just 30 minutes or so, people go around like, wow, I do have a lot more than what I thought.
You help them find some money.
Well, and this is David Walker, who I actually did a podcast with, and he was the comptroller of the United States. And he's like, you got to have a budget.
Yeah.
Most people don't even, what's your budget? Huh? Look, fill this out, because until you fill this out, I can't even help you. So sometimes it's really about holding them to the fire and saying, listen, I'm going to email this to you. Okay, we're going to fill this out. I'm going to call you back in 72 hours. I'm not going to kick it out a week. We're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
and
for
we're going to go over
Yeah.
it. Okay. Because you need to.
Accountability. So that's a good thing.
And that's really more of what that coaching piece is. Like, you got to get it done. Let's get it done under a certain period of time. You got to practice.
Yep.
So that's a big piece of it. Yeah.
Well,
I like that.
I love that. And then the range of clients is very varied. So you deal with young professionals, families, small business owners, solopreneurs, retirees. So I'd love to hear a success story or two.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
I'll give a success story of a company, a small company, but, we just kind of went in and looked at everything that they were doing, and we did the process with the ChampPlan. We figured out, okay, the company's going to save $12,000 a year. It's going to save the employees more than that, but it took combined total. And so what we did is, for just the business owners, we took that $12,000 a year and we put it into a vehicle that will grow. They got some leverage out of it. And now they can have some tax-free money that they can draw on at retirement time. They were 50. So by the time they're 65, okay, maybe looking to sell that business, they are going to have a significant nest egg just by putting that $12,000 of found money that they were sending to the IRS, by the way. Anybody but the IRS, please.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anybody but them.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we have to give them something, but we don't need to give them everything, right?
And there's those opportunities. You take a look at the paycheck, man, how do I get some of these people out of my pay? Well, we can't get them out, but we can pay less. And that's what this plan is designed to do.
Okay.
It checks all the boxes. It's been, there's been people, a lot of lawyers looking this thing over that have been doing it for the last 8.5 years.
Okay.
So it's withstood the test of the time, and it will continue to do so. So that's that aspect. I think there was another gentleman I had. He had a little bit of money, and he didn't want to put it in the market. So we put it into a safe vehicle, but then 2008 happened.
Yeah.
And luckily he had this money. He's like, listen, I know that if I take this money, I know I'm going to take a little bit of a hit, but I can't pull anything out of the money in the market. I have to wait until that comes back.
Because he'll realize the loss.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's gonna, right. So he literally waited for that market to come back, which it did.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he had enough money to continue on with his small business and keep, painting houses and doing his pressure washing and doing some of those other things.
So you helped him with leverage.
Correct.
You gave him the power of leverage.
Correct.
Oh, I really like that a lot.
Yeah. And
That's really...
you don't need a whole lot. Again, it's just paying yourself first, that concept that's been around, but we don't get taught this stuff in school.
Yeah. So then people, once they have that initial meeting with you, then if they want to have a quarterly meeting every 6 months, you're happy to sit down with them to see about goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Things change all the time. We do a minimum is annually. Minimum. So, and some people are like, yeah, no, I'm checking stuff on it. They have their own portal and they're looking at it and they're staying on top of it. They like what they see. And if they don't like it, then, we may have to make some balances. We rebalance some things. We get rid of one. We go to another allocation. Take it from there and stick with what works.
Well, very good. And that was the other thing is that, sometimes people feel that they need to have a ton of money before somebody will work with them.
Right.
But then that's not the case. So what is it like when someone first calls you up? What just walk us through the process. If I said, hey, I've been in business for a little while and I got to the point where I had to outsource and now I have a few employees. Greg, what do I
Sure.
do? So what happens from there?
I will go from the macro and say, okay, take me through your client journey.
Okay.
So what happens? How are you attracting your customers? Are you running any paid ads? How's the phone ringing? Where is that business coming from?
Yeah.
What is your response? How quickly do they move through that sales cycle to become a paying customer? And what is your percentage? What is your profit margin? We take a look at everything, at all those, because you can't, you can't manage what you can't measure, right?
Very good, yes.
So sometimes people don't even know about that. And that's just business 101 that I'm bringing to the table. So they're going to get a tune-up, they're going to get a checkup.
Yeah.
And just see, can we make any improvements here? Maybe there's some quick little AI fixes that we can plug in. So those are some of the resources that I bring to the table as well. Sometimes it's just, okay, tweak one little thing here, and maybe can we add one more paying customer? What happens if we add two?
Right. Yeah.
What does that mean for the business? And what does that mean now for your long-term growth? Okay, what can you put to the side versus having to reinvest back into the business to keep that machine going? Okay, how are your employees? What are they making? Okay, how does that compare to what everybody else in the market is?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to be able to make sure that you are retaining that good talent. And now, can we come in, and even if you're paying the same and they're happy, there's a couple other things that we could just do just because that can bring more value to them and to you. And everybody's a lot happier.
Yeah.
And happy people are productive people.
Very
Productive
true.
people can afford to put a little bit more away and think about their future instead of survival right here, right now.
Yeah, happy, healthy people are productive people. So very good. And I like how you help on both sides, the financial and the healthcare. So before we only have a couple of minutes left. So before I forget, because we shared your contact information in the first half.
Yes.
But if somebody is just tuning in now, how do they get in touch with you?
They can reach me at moreofyourmoney.com. They can reach me via my phone at 772-708-7598. That would be easy. You could text me, you could call me, you could email me, you could fill out a form, whatever you like to do.
I love that. I love that a lot. And so what piece of advice do you have for a solopreneur that is just feeling like they just need a little bit of help? What is your advice for them?
I would say keep an open mind and make sure that you don't. It's so easy to kick the can down the road. Everybody's busy. You ever know anybody who says, boy, I've got plenty of time. I'm glad you called. Everybody's busy. Well, take 15 minutes and let's have a conversation. Okay. I have after hours and evening times available Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I have every other Saturday for people that are working, that are out there doing what they need to do. So I'm making that time available. You can make 15 minutes. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what we can do. And let's get you started. Let's make you more efficient.
I like that a lot because on the Treasure Coast, we are made up of small mom and pop businesses,
Yes, we are.
really hardworking people.
Beautiful people.
But we also have a lot of solopreneurs, and some are doing amazingly well. And then some are just almost there. You know what I'm saying? And they just need that little bit of hope and push and advice and that kind of thing. Cindy says that we only have like 60 seconds.
Okay.
So with the next 60 seconds before I then wrap up the show, what else would you like to say?
I would like to let everyone know that I am probably more of a consultant and an aid, that no matter what's going to happen, you are going to be better off just for having the conversation. I do not charge upfront anything. And as a matter of fact, most of my solutions come from people, come from the companies.
Oh, yes. And with that, we actually have less than that. So we are at the end of the show. Reach out to Libby Weissman, SeniorTransitionNavigator.com, 772-783-2800. Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. We're out. We're done.